Hey, good morning, guys. It's April 25th. My son's over here getting dressed. He got up really early today. Why are you up so early today?
That's Monday.
Because he's bored. Sleeping is boring. I woke up, I woke up to a dream about a friend of mine named Rudy. Kind of an acquaintance, not really a friend, I wouldn't say, but he did Rudy. You don't know him. He played at my brother's wedding many, many years ago. And I meet him here and there in Japan, in Nagoya. And he died. Yeah, he just surprised.
Monday. Easter.
Why? She says, why? When? Don't worry about it. You didn't know him. He died about a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I don't even know. God, time just is flying. Yeah. No, he just died. I don't know why he died, actually. He was old. Maybe he was sick. I don't know. But the way they found out was he didn't show up to work. You know, he works at I think he worked at a university. And Rudy was this, I think he was like from North Carolina or South Carolina or somewhere in that part of America. Get dressed, man. Get dressed. And he had this big afro and a long goatee, which you don't really, and it was kind of long and kind of hanging down. Get dressed, man. Quit screwing around. And anyway, in my dream was kind of like a collection of, I was like looking at a magazine. I can't remember the first part now, but people were writing messages and kind of they had their page, like in a yearbook, like in a high school yearbook. And hey, buddy. And I remember one, I got to one page that said, I like the way I eat collard greens. Something like that. I don't know where this came from in my memory, but there was a picture of this other guy I know in Nagoya, also a musician, also works at a university, but also I'm not really necessarily very good friends with, but I run into him here and there. How you doing? You okay? Put on your pants, okay. So don't film me when I'm putting on my pants, he says. I'm not going to film you, dude. Relax. He's blocking off everything so nobody can see him. Anyway, Brian was this guy's name, and his page, he had chosen his page instead of saying something. Usually people in my dream made a page of their own about themselves, but he just wrote, I like the way I eat collard greens, and for some weird reason it was a collection of him and Rudy sharing collard greens. Like they were feeding each other collard greens. Not in a romantic way or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just a weird dream to have, huh? I don't know why I had that dream now. Two people I actually know eating collard greens, and one of them is dead. If Brian dies soon, then we'll know why. But yeah, it's April 25th. I got up at 5 a.m. suddenly. I actually teach a class at 6:30 in the morning, believe it or not, on the internet. It's a weird thing. It's a professor who lives here in Nagoya, but he likes to get up really early, and he's like, can you do it at 6:30? I'm like, well, I'm already up anyway because I wake up early because of these kids anyway. So, but he's usually asleep till 7. Put your pants on, boy. Anyway, that's one thing that I woke up to. The other thing I woke up to. No, it's only 5:45. Only 5:45. The other thing is, I see this thing. This is a kind of a brace. It's a support for my arm, and you probably can't tell, but my arm is swollen because I wore it last night. I've never worn it at night. What it does, it's an elbow. What's it called? Tennis elbow brace. So you put it right there, right? See where that line? See what you can see though. My skin is swollen. My skin is still kind of swollen because I went to sleep with this last night, and I woke up. My hand's kind of swollen, and I probably shouldn't have done that. but I did. So I woke up. And what it does is it shortens the length of the part of the muscle that you use between your wrist and your elbow. So when you do this, the muscles on your forearm move, right? So if you kind of cut, it's hard to do this when I'm using. Could you hold this for a minute? Can you hold that? Point it at me. If you put a brace right here, it shortens the length of the muscle right there. So it lets you kind of save the use or protect this part of the muscle from being used. And this is the part that's been giving me trouble that I damaged last year from overdoing it with pull-ups and push-ups and all that. So the doctor said, put that on. And right now I feel no pain at all, which is very rare because I've been feeling like it's been feeling like a knife been jabbing my it's my tendon, right? So not the muscle, but every time I do weights or pull-ups and stuff, this part I feel a little tinge of pain there, and I thought that was weird. And it wouldn't go away forever, so it wasn't muscular pain. Anyway, I fell asleep with a thing on, and I don't know if you can tell, my hands are really swollen on the left side. But, go ahead, get dressed. But that reminds me of a really terrible story that I heard secondhand 30 years ago. So, this guy, this guy that I know here in Japan, he's a real womanizer. I don't even remember his name now, but he was working at the school that I was doing part-time work at, and he was a full-time teacher. He was on everything. I mean, like, he's just, I guess what they call them, sex pats and stuff, but he had an ex-girlfriend. Is that what it was? Who was actually a gaijin too. I guess they became serious after, but no, I think he was cheating on her. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this ex-girlfriend's brother went to Africa with his girlfriend, and they both got food poisoning. I don't remember all the details because it's like 29 years ago that I heard the story. But they went to Africa. They had they got sick, food poisoning, and fell asleep in bed. And one of them died. I don't remember which one. I think it was a woman. I think it was a woman who died. I think she died. So I think it must have been my friend's girlfriend's brother who survived, and his girlfriend died. And he, what? Huh? What? Huh? Survive? Survive means ikinokoru.
What?
He didn't die. He survived. Thanks for asking the question, buddy. So he understands mostly what I'm saying. He said, what does survive mean? So my friends, I'll tell you the story. Sit down. So this is a horror. Why am I laughing? I'm laughing because I'm so happy that you should be sleeping, dude. So my friend, anyway, it doesn't matter who's who. There was a guy and a girl, right? She died in bed from food poisoning, okay? He fell asleep with his leg. So help me out. Put one leg out, one back out. He fell asleep like this. See that? One leg is out, and one leg is bent back like that, okay? And when he woke up, all the blood, I guess, hadn't been circulating because he had been like asleep over a day with his leg like that. And they had to cut it off because his leg was dead because no blood was moving. They had to cut off his leg. What do you think of that, man? So he had to go back to America with a dead girlfriend and no leg. Because if you sleep like this and the blood doesn't go to your leg and you sleep for more then it was like 15 hours or something. You scared now? So then they had to cut off his leg, amputate his leg. And for me, I think I remember that because I've got this weird, bizarre fear of amputation. I mentioned this to a friend just a couple of days ago. I think my wife, not a friend, my wife, who's also my friend, I guess. But She's like, everyone's afraid of amputation. I'm like, no, but I'm like, I have nightmares about amputation. Some people have dreams about losing their teeth or something, but what are you doing?
で、ワンちゃんが取った。
You playing with your dog? Okay. That's Emily's dog. So I woke up today and I was like, damn, that was stupid. I mean, putting the brace on my arm and I fell asleep. But I only sleep, 7 hours, 8 hours. This couple who had gotten food poisoning, they were like out of it for like 18 hours or something. So I was lucky I could have lost my arm, huh? I'd be amputated. My worst fear would have been realized. Anyway, so yeah, I woke up and I was like thinking about how busy my days are. Like I mean, this Monday's crazy, right? I wake up and I got a 6:30 a.m. class. Then he's awake for no reason. You want to eat your sausage bread? Yeah. Okay. We buy them. There's this fancy bread store down the street. We buy these sausage breads that are like 300 yen each. It's really overpriced,
Yay.
but they're delicious. And they like them for breakfast. But yeah, all the things I want to do. Like I woke up and I think I gotta do a quiz. I'm gonna do a quiz for these students that I'm subbing for and help them with their self introductions, Jiko Shokai. And I thought about how I can improve my past Jiko Shokai or self introduction lessons. Quit posing. Eat your sausage. Anyway, and then I got on the internet, of course, and got distracted, and I saw my family's arguing, not arguing, but we have a chat group just for the family, and they're talking about the Sacklers, and someone's recommending, I'm reading this book on the Sacklers, they're terrible, and the other person, another family member, was like, you should watch Dope Sick, it's a really good movie about the Sacklers. And then someone wrote about Tucker Carlson not being saying, I know, I'm glad Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, I forgot which one. Jimmy Fallon doesn't believe. No, which one is it? One of the Jimmys doesn't believe that Tucker Carlson should be canceled. And I got sidetracked on this other crap. And then for some reason, I see that some American cities are not going to use the S word anymore. I'm like, what's the S word? Something I don't know about. Apparently, the word squaw, which refers to a woman, an Indian woman, a Native American Indian woman or wife, is a bad word. I did not know that all this time. I looked it up and it said derogatory. I mean, first of all, I had to look up the S word. And I found this article on this government proclamation saying they're not going to use the S word anymore. I thought, well, that's interesting. So I guess that's the way the life is. I mean, and it immediately follows this message about let's not cancel things, but I guess magic. So he's removed the sausage from the bread. That's magic. Yeah? So what are you going to eat first?
Pan.
The bread? Okay. Anyway. So these are just the thoughts I'm having today on April 25th, Monday, April 25th. I still got a little bit of time. I'm going to get back to, I've got all this stuff to do. Haven't been able to edit anything. I spent the weekend preparing and for classes and working, actually teaching as well. But I did have a really nice weekend. The kids got to stay at their grandparents' house. So my wife and I had date night, which is good. Watched a movie. And that's becoming more a regular thing again. So we used to go on dates, not since we had these animals, but when the kids came back from the grandparents, they fell asleep in the car, which happens a lot, And when I went to get my daughter, I picked her up, and she instinctively, I pick her up. She's still very small. He's like a monster now. He's 30 kilograms, and she's only 20. I picked her up, and I try to favor my left. I try to favor my right arm. I don't want to use my left arm too much. But the funny thing is, she cuddles up with me right away, and she wraps her legs right around my torso to help me. She like a I don't know what a little bear or something, or a possum or something in the wild. But yesterday, for some weird reason, she put her hands as she was cuddling, and she's still kind of half asleep, right? But she knows I'm picking her up. And she fell asleep in the car seat, right? So I took her out of the car, and she put both of her little hands on my face. And I thought that it's all worth it, you know. It's all worth it, yeah, to be a father like that.
僕さ、
Mhm.
いつ起きた？
When did you wake up? Today?
昨日。
Yesterday? When I picked you up and put you on the couch, and then you woke up. You don't remember? You remember now?
パパが遅く帰ってきてからだと思った。
No. So sometimes they fall asleep in the car, and I pick them up and put them on the couch, and they don't remember how they got there. Right? Anyway, so it's all worth it, but I still work too much. So you're getting an unedited, kind of pointless video, not really about anything except my mind and. And this is our life. Anyway, okay. Thanks for watching.
Bye!
See you guys.